In this video, I talk about why change can be so scary, but importantly, how you're going to help yourself get through it.
This is how legends are made.
In today's episode, I want to talk about patterns, but particularly old patterns that still want to kind of come back when we're trying to do new things or new behaviours. It was something that came out of a conversation recently that I just thought, I don't think I've covered this particularly in the past, but it was more about addressing, or at least giving you the chance to notice that when we are starting on a new course of behaviour, and small changes, whatever it may be, we can often find our old patterns wanting to come back. Now, what's happening there for us? Well, it's kind of simply that we've got a track we always play in certain situations, and I'm sure you've got something, you can come to mind quite easily. But it's a track we're constantly playing when the situation arrives. And this could be a friend, for example, that is always letting you down. So when we have a situation when a friend is letting us down, we'll play out the track, which is anticipating this will happen, and we'll prepare ourselves for a plan B, or what they're going to say, or our response. We run a prepared behaviour track or pattern response to what we anticipate is happening, which I understand. I think you can appreciate that's what we do. We kind of find a system that works for us, which is our pattern. We'll just kind of use that again and again because that's worked in the past. But what happens when something changes and the situation changes, and what we've been used to in one situation begins to not apply in a second situation or another environment? When another friend that says, let's meet up, and you're thinking, well, I'm probably get let down again because my friends let me down. This is the start of the old pattern wanting to kind of play its track, play its music out for you. And it's something really tempting to listen to and hear because it's so compelling, because we're so used to it. But when we actually get to a situation where we are experiencing something different, it can really try and pull you back, and that can create a lot of anxiety and stress and worry inside of you as you're beginning to think, well, why isn't this pattern happening any further? I want this pattern to be there, even though it's a negative one. I want it to be there because that's what I'm used to. What's happening is that we are experiencing a new situation, and that old behaviour wants to carry on playing its track. What I want to address for you and share with you, as we notice that this old pattern isn't playing out as we anticipated, it's rather than reject the new and push back and give in to the fear and step away from it and go, actually, no, I'll cancel the event that I'm meeting my friend with just to create that pattern as close to it as I can, is to recognize that actually, because it's new, we're going through a degree of change. And sometimes this, when they say change is scary, this is what it can actually feel like. Not because it's a good thing for us, but because the pattern's being altered, and that can really disrupt and bother us. Now, this can be scaled to loads of different situations, but maybe just for you, for right now, you can think about a time when you've had this situation arise, when you've been forced to take a different approach and it's been a bit uncomfortable. But that's what the change is, when we're beginning to create a new pattern. Now, the situation can be that this friend follows through, they meet up, and you're there, and still can be really weird because thinking this shouldn't be happening. It's kind of altered our perception. And then after that situation, after the meet up, we can begin to actually reprogram or expect different things from certain friends. But what I want to focus on is actually just that apprehension of the apprehension is the noticing the change. That is actually what's happening for you. The change of a new pattern, a new behaviour actually can be a bit scary because we're not used to it. It's not playing the track we're used to. So notice when you are making a change of some sort and you're doing something new for the first time, there is that degree of fear. But it's not actually fear in what is happening, i.e. going to see a friend and who said to meet up. It's actually about the changing of the pattern. We're not used to it. So to notice when this might be useful for you is try to actually embrace the change, embrace that degree of worry or concern. Keep it low level and not inflate it. And certainly don't sabotage it by saying, I'm going to cancel meeting up. Notice it. Realize that's what the path of change looks like. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable, but it's only because our pattern is trying to play itself out. Now, this may apply to you, or it may apply to someone, your friends or family. So share this with them because sometimes people need the extra bit of information to realise that the path they're on actually is the right one for them, and they need that support. So take that and use it as best you can. As I say, share it with friends and family. And other than that, have a fantastic day wherever you are.
This is how legends are made.